started the work. It took longer than I'd expect. It's called the Wagoneer Restore Project.
Let's get right into it. First, I would like to apologize sincerely to all the people that were very upset that we didn't find a dead body in the island freezer. Folks were pretty mad. We got a record number of thumbs down on that video. I was disappointed too. You know, I really thought there was gonna be a dead body, but that glass ball is really what was in there. None of that was made up. We still don't know really what it was for. All right, so part 3 of the Jeep. I started working on part 3 and it became obvious that there was so much information. The video was either gonna be 45 minutes long or I'd have to gloss over it. And so I decided to break it up into pieces. So this is part 3A, the seats. So we got the Wagoneer back from the artist. You know, it's running great. The exterior looks brand new. And now it's time to focus on the interior. I don't know about you, but I've looked at hundreds of Wagoneers on eBay and Craigslist. And one of the first things I look at in the pictures are the condition of the seats. I feel like it's a good indicator of how the owner treated their Wagoneer. And if the seats are all beat up and torn up, then it kind of makes me wonder about the state of the rest of the vehicle. But let's face it, I mean, the leather in most of these Jeeps is 30+ years old. So replacing the leather is gonna have to be a consideration. On this Jeep, the seats just looked bad. And I knew I wanted them replaced. So I got on the internet to see what options are out there. And really, the only thing I could find were prefab seat covers that didn't at all look original. I found a few companies that looked like they took an honest stab at it, but even those still weren't even close to the original. And it was important to me for it to look new, but still original. So I went to all the car upholstery places in town, and it was pretty much the same story. They all really just offered prefab leather seat covers. And I just couldn't live with that. I wasn't gonna put all this money into this Jeep and have it not look right. I had to find someone willing to take the original seats apart and then use those pieces as a template to build the new seats. So that's when I found Wind Trim in West Monroe. The owner, Raymond, is a really great guy, and he was willing to give it a shot. And when I brought the seats over, I saw one of the guys in the back was a patient of mine. So I just felt good about it. And we picked out the right color leather, but I couldn't find the right cloth corduroy insert. So I went back to the internet. An extensive search brought me to Wagoneer World. They're kind of like Wagon Master. They rebuild and sell their Wagoneers, but they also have a few parts for sale, one of which was a cloth seat insert. They come pre-cut and labeled, and so for 315 bucks, they showed up on my doorstep. Team Grand Wagoneer has those cloth inserts, but they only have them in maroon. So I got it all over to Wind Trim, and I really enjoyed the process of watching him tearing down and rebuilding the seats. A couple weeks later, it was done and ready for pickup. So then they sat in a staging area until they were ready to head back to the shop and get installed. But that'll come later. So that's the story of the seats. And we'll dig a little bit deeper into the interior on the next episode.
You don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side.
Now we are having a little problem right here in some of the corners, particularly this one on these rear doors. This bend right here tends to bow out, and so you get this sort of curved effect on get this curved effect on the molding, and it was wanting to come up. There's been several spots where it wanted to bow, and so we haven't quite found the solution to that, but as soon as we figure out how to fix that, I'll let you know.
Know the power